into a corner of the internet that is, and I'm not kidding, way bigger than you could ever imagine. And yet, most of us have probably never even seen it. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a massive digital world that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Okay, so look at this number. Just let it sink in for a second. 12,341,290. What do you think that is? The population of a city? Maybe the budget for a big Hollywood movie? Nope. Believe it or not, that is the number of views on one single cartoon video on YouTube. That's right, over 12 million plays. And here's the real kicker. Have you ever heard of this video? I'm gonna guess the answer is probably no. And if that's the case, you're about to find out why this is such a fascinating story. So let's start to unravel this thing. It all kicks off with this one specific video, which, as you'll see, is kind of like a key that unlocks a whole universe of content. So here it is. The video is called 3 Magical Friends, and it's from a channel named Softoons Animation Hindi. And the numbers here, they're just staggering. We're talking over 12.3 million views, 129,000 likes, and the channel itself, it has more than 9.1 million subscribers. This is not a one-hit wonder. This is a serious powerhouse. Okay, so how is this even possible? How can something be so huge and yet so invisible to so many of us? Well, the first big clue is actually hidden right there in the titles, in a phrase that you see again and again and again. That term is Hindi Kahaniya, and it literally just translates to Hindi stories. But this isn't just a simple description. It's the name of an entire, massively popular genre of animation on YouTube. Think of them as modern-day fables and fairy tales, all designed for this gigantic online audience. And you know, if you just glance at the other videos that YouTube recommends, you start to see this really clear pattern emerge. The same themes pop up constantly: magic, morality, wealth, family. You get titles like 3 Magical Brothers, Hardworking Businessman, and my personal favorite, Mouse Made Millionaire. You can see there's a definite formula at work here. So who's actually making all of this stuff? Well, as it turns out, Softoons is hardly alone. They are just one major player in this huge, competitive world. Just a quick look around reveals a whole network of these channels. Softoons itself has a bunch of them. But then you've got Dreamtoon, Cartoon Kahani, Urgetoons, Hindi Fairy Tales. Seriously, the list goes on and on. They're all in this space, creating this endless stream of new kahanyas. And the scale is just, it's hard to wrap your head around. I mean, to put it into perspective, that one Softoons channel has more subscribers than a lot of major mainstream media companies. This is a genuine content powerhouse, operating on a truly global scale. So, this brings us to the real question, right? How do they do it? How do these videos pull in millions and millions of views so consistently? Well, it all boils down to a very smart, very repeatable formula. Okay, let's break it down. First, you've got the hook, a title that grabs you by mixing these big, interesting ideas like magic or money with some kind of moral lesson. Second, every single story, without fail, has a clear, simple lesson at its core. Third, the animation style. It's bright, it's colorful, but it's also simple, which means they can produce a ton of it. And finally, the most crucial part, the language. It's all in Hindi, which taps into one of the largest and most active online audiences in the world. But check this out. Here is a really fascinating little twist, buried deep in the video's description. It says the content is suitable for a mature audience, 14 plus. Now that kind of changes things, doesn't it? Our first assumption is that this is all for little kids, but this suggests a way broader audience, including teenagers and even adults who grew up hearing these kinds of stories. So when you start putting all these pieces together, the crazy view counts, this whole network of channels, the proven formula, it becomes really clear that this is way more than just a couple of popular cartoons. This isn't some tiny little niche. This is a full-blown digital empire. It's a vast, super influential, and incredibly successful media ecosystem, all built around telling these modern-day fables. It's just a powerful example of what happens when you create targeted content for a huge linguistic and cultural audience. And really, this quote from the channel's own description just says it all. All of our stories contain a lesson for all. That's it. That's the heart of their appeal. Simple, universal moral lessons, perfectly packaged for the digital age, and reaching a global audience that is clearly hungry for it. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? This whole Hindi Kahania universe was there the entire time, racking up billions of views completely under most of our radars. It really makes you wonder, what other massive digital worlds are out there just hiding in plain sight?